Hello, students and families of Mason County. Multilingual Shelton is a loose-knit group of parents, and we support dual language education in Mason County and Shelton School District. But we find that this year it's important to pivot to certain matters of safety around migrant families in Mason County. We are parents, not law enforcement, and we do not work for Shelton School District. We have taken the time to go to meetings with Shelton School District and local law enforcement, and this is what we know. Mason County Sheriff, the Washington State Patrol, and the Shelton Police are what we would call local law enforcement. Local law enforcement are prohibited by state law from enforcing federal immigration law. Law enforcement cannot keep records on the immigration status of someone they detain or arrest. They do not collect immigration data, nor can they share that information with law enforcement because they don't collect it. Local law enforcement enforces Washington state criminal law, not federal civil immigration law. Local law enforcement are here to investigate crimes and keep people safe. They neither assist with nor interfere with federal enforcement of immigration law. If you call to report a crime, if you call 911, no one will check your immigration status. If you are pulled over for a traffic stop, no one will check your immigration status. If a crime is committed and federal law enforcement request information from local law enforcement about that crime, they must share that information with federal law enforcement. But because they do not collect immigration status data, they cannot share that immigration information with the federal law enforcement. Regarding school safety, it is safe to go to school. Schools do not collect immigration data. They cannot by law. By law, schools cannot collect data on the immigration status of a student or their family, and so of course they cannot share immigration data with federal law enforcement. They don't collect the data. Schools cannot discriminate based on citizenship status. They must educate all students, no matter what their status. They must educate all students. Per policy of the Office of Superintendent of Public Instruction, that would be a state agency. If anyone attempts to engage in immigration enforcement on or near school grounds, school staff must immediately alert the principal. And that those federal immigration enforcement, if they are trying to be on school grounds, they must offer up a valid court order or judicial warrant. That information, that warrant or court order, will be taken by the principal to the superintendent of Shelton School District, and it will be reviewed by the superintendent and legal counsel, meaning the lawyers. If that happens, then the school district, knowing that this is happening, will notify the families of the student that is trying to be, that immigration enforcement is trying to reach on school grounds. So there are these layers of checks before anyone could walk onto school grounds and like apprehend a student. And so we wanted you to know that. Like, basically, in closing, it is so important that kids go to school right now. It's safe for those kids to be at school. And if immigration enforcement was trying to reach those kids at school, there would be multiple layers of checks all the way up to the superintendent and the school's legal counsel. and the school would let the family know what was happening. Likewise, it's so important that if you fear for your safety or a crime has been committed, that you call 911 and talk to law enforcement. Furthermore, Shelton Police, Washington State Patrol, and the Mason County Sheriff all have Spanish-speaking law enforcement. So it's important that you reach out to this law enforcement if you feel that a crime has been committed, because it helps keep our streets safe for everyone. We want everyone to feel safe to contact law enforcement. This is what we know right now. And so thank you for listening.